Hello everybody, it's me, Jane. I'm back. I am currently somewhere outside of Detroit in a hotel that has no power. When the power went out, I was in an elevator. It was very exciting. I'm glad I was in the elevator alone because I fear strangers, but I don't really fear elevators, so it wasn't so bad. Even though the elevator dropped half a floor, it kind of felt like Tower of Terror at California Land at Disneyland, so that was fine. And it got dark in there, but then somehow they turned on the generator or something and got me out of there. So that was fine. That was my little drama for the morning. Now I'm in my room, and I guess they are afraid of people committing suicide in Detroit because they have all these windows are sealed up. So it's a little sweltering in here. So if I get a little misty, a little sweaty, that would be why. I'm so happy to have my saddest friends, and I really enjoy everyone's videos, so please continue to correspond. I enjoy it so much. I wanted to talk about adult running away from home, which is something Steve Agee mentioned. He ran away to Ashland. I actually also did adult run away from home. I think it was 2002. I was having dinner with this couple I know, and they were talking about how they wanted to move to Costa Rica because there was monkeys on the beach there. And I really didn't even know where Costa Rica was because I'm geographically challenged. But I ran home and I looked it up on the interwebs, and I thought, well, I want to live where there's monkeys on the beaches. And 3 days later, I was down there. I bought a house. Within 3 months, I was living in Costa Rica, completely ill-prepared, not even ill-prepared, unprepared for life in the tropics. My husband, who is a professional chef, and I opened a restaurant, which the locals hated us because we charged 75 cents for a beer instead of 65 cents. And the tourists were only around a couple months a year. So it was a bad idea, even though my husband was a really good chef. And anyways, in those 2 years, in that little community of 700 people, I saw more death than I've ever seen in all my other years combined. My neighbor got killed by her husband. People got killed by snakes, parasites, multiple drownings, multiple falling off cliffs and dying. One day right outside our restaurant, there was a horrific school bus accident, and there were little dead children all over the road. I'm not kidding. It was horrifying. Oh yeah, drug overdoses, because it was easier to get drugs there than it was to get gasoline for your car. Not exaggerating. So that was a real lesson in how good we have it in America, even though I complain about the States all the time. I'm really glad I left because it's really better here. Anywhere here is better than somewhere else. So after my 2 years in Costa Rica, I moved to Panama for a year. And during that year, I got my life threatened multiple times because in Panama, if you look where I was living, which was up high in the mountains in farming country, it was actually really beautiful. It looked like the Swiss Alps, but there were monkeys in the trees. And I guess monkeys are some kind of thing for sadists because I was all about the monkeys. Anyways, in the remote regions of Panama, if you look at someone sideways, they just say, okay, I'm going to kill you. And then they go pay a cop $20 because the cop's their uncle, and then everything goes away. So that is something I was not prepared for. And after getting my life threatened multiple times, and after having to steal a horse from my neighbor because it was dying and he wouldn't feed or water it, I decided to get the heck out of Panama. That was a year there. And I came back to California. And then I moved to Madison, Wisconsin for 2 years, but that's another story. I currently live in San Francisco, which keeps me out of the LA-New York fight altogether. I love San Francisco. I love it. I love living there. So, that's all I have to say. Keep sad, sadists.